Movie buffs, welcome back to the Movie Bay. And in today's video, we're going to do our movie night picks. Now, I didn't do one last week, and this week is a little bit late. Movie picks should have been done on Thursday, but I'm back now, so I'm going to go ahead and give you movie picks. I'm going to give you a bonus one, so we're going to do 6 movies instead of the 5. And then we'll be back on our regular schedule next week as far as our movie picks go. So, without any further ado, I'm going to put out the first movie night pick. You guys know the format. I'm going to give you one urban movie, one really down in the urban movie, one like suspense movie. I'm going to give you a kids movie, and then I'm going to give you a action movie, and then I'm going to give you something either straight horror or something with horror elements to it. And then I'm going to give you a bonus today. Okay, I'm not going to tell you what the bonus is, but I'm going to throw a bonus in there. So without further ado, we're going to take a look at the urban film first. This is a really great urban movie. It puts you. The budget isn't all that super high on this one, but it's a really good urban movie. When you watch it, you'll really enjoy this one if you're into these kind of movies. And this one is called Shot-Us. Okay, it's about 2 guys who are from Kingston, Jamaica. They eventually move to the U.S. and they start climbing the Jamaican underworld and become bosses in like the Jamaican underworld. This kind of movie, there's a lot of tragedy in it. It's just a typical urban movie, crime movie about the underworld of the drug game. So check this one out. It's well done though. Shot-Us is well done. And if you want this movie, if you don't find it in like a mom and pop store and you attempt to order this movie online, you're going to pay a premium for it. On eBay, this movie is trending at $15, $20, sometimes even more, depending on how many sellers got it. If there's 1 or 2 sellers that got this movie, you're gonna pony up close to $20 for it, maybe more. This is sort of like Needful Things. You can find it online, but it depends. Again, it all depends on how many people are selling it. On eBay, you know how that goes. If you only got 1 or 2 sellers selling it, the price can be a little high. Shot-Us. Check it out. You will definitely enjoy this if you like urban tales. Here's your thriller. This is a really good thriller starring Sigourney Weaver and Holly Hunter and Harry Connick Jr. Now, Harry Connick Jr. is an actor that I really enjoy. He does crazy well. He's done a couple movies that I liked. He didn't do enough, in my opinion. I understand he's a musician, but he's a really good actor with some strong chops. And he really did a good job in Copycat. Now, Copycat is about Sigourney Weaver is a woman. She has a disorder where going outside of her apartment, even in a hallway, can cause her to black out, see double, all kinds. She suffers. I forget what that disorder is called, but it's a real disorder. People have it. There was another movie about someone with that same disorder, but this movie, I think she was a famed author or writer, and there was a guy played by Harry Connick Jr. who was obsessed with her, and he tried to kill her. A really good movie, and the guy was a copycat killer, henceforth the name of the movie. This movie is fantastic, guys. Check it out. It's an old movie. It came out in the 90s. I think this came out in the early to mid 90s, so it's an older movie, but it's a good movie. I do believe there is a Blu-ray release of this movie. If you can find it, go ahead and check it out. Even on DVD, this is still a good movie to watch. The movie Shot-Us that I just showed you, I do not believe there was a Blu-ray. This is the 2-disc special edition of Shot-Us. I do not believe there's a Blu-ray for this. If it is, let me know in the comments. Next up, we're going to go with the family-friendly movie for the movie night. I do believe this movie is appropriate for all ages. There's a little bit of, I'm not even going to call it violence, but there's a little suggested violence in there, if you would. And that is Dragonheart. This is a fantastic movie. I remember seeing this movie on VHS years ago. You got Dennis Quaid is the lead actor, and you got Sean Connery, who's the voice of Draco, the dragon here. They did go on to make a couple of sequels to this. I think Dragonheart 2 was okay, but I didn't really catch the other ones. But this is a classic film. If you can get your hands on Dragonheart, And if you don't have it in your collection, you got young kids, this is something that you can watch with them. It's a very important lesson to be taught in this movie. So it's a great takeaway in this movie. So, but Sean Connery, he did a wonderful job as Draco. Dennis Quaid did an excellent job. Everybody in this movie, good acting, good stories. The effects wasn't over the top. It was good. Check it out. This is Dragonheart. This is a great movie night pick. Next up, here's your action movie. Now, this is another one that I think is probably suitable for all ages. There is some violence in here, but the killing, they don't kill living things. They're like reanimated, like zombie type things. So there's no blood or anything like that. But they are hacking and slashing at, like, they're reanimated German soldiers. You know, like, you just got to see it. But I do believe this is appropriate for almost all ages. It really is. Maybe toddlers, no. But slightly older kids, I think you can get away with this one. And this is Sucker Punch. Now, this one, I'll be honest with you, I had this on DVD. The first time I saw it, I really didn't know what to make of it. But then I watched it again, and I was like, wow, this is deep. It's this girl here, she was in a really bad home situation. Her mother died, and then she was left with her stepfather. She tried to get away, and she meant to shoot the stepfather, and she shot and killed her sister. And she ended up in this insane asylum. And in her mind, she was creating this whole different world. You gotta see this movie. And really, when you watch this one, really watch it, and you will see the takeaway from this movie. This movie is fantastic. I cannot recommend this movie enough. And it was one of those movies that just kind of slid under the radar. I just happened to be in the store one day and I saw it and I said, well, why not? Let's check it out. And it was awesome. It was so good that I had to actually upgrade it on Blu-ray. It's good. The music in this is fantastic. I don't know who scored the movie, but the score in this is fantastic. The acting is beautiful. The story is wonderful. The special effects is not overdone. Guys, check out Sucker Punch. Next up, here's your horror movie. This is not really, I don't know if this genre is considered horror. I consider it quasi-horror, but it's the zombie genre. But this one I think is probably a little scarier than most. This is Dawn of the Dead. This movie right here is, to me, this is, in my opinion, the holy grail of zombie movies. Just like The Walking Dead is the holy grail of zombie shows. This is the holy grail of zombie movies. In my humble opinion, there has not been a zombie movie before or after this that was better than this. And if you get this special edition, it's going to come chock full of special features. The special features, you can just sit down and have fun watching the special features right after you watch the movie, for sure. Or you can watch the special features that goes into Andy's story a little bit, so you can get some context on Andy before you watch the movie. You can do that too, because Andy is a character in the movie. I'm not going to give too much away. He's a character in the movie that plays a small important part to the film, so you can watch that first, and then you'll understand his story a little bit more, or you can watch it right after. But this movie right here, you got Ving Rhames, you got Mekhi Phifer, you got Sarah Polley, Jake Weber. I mean, this movie is fantastic. I mean, the zombies, they're fast, they're fluid, they're not slow moving at all. It's just good. Guys, you got to check this out. The group, they all trapped in a mall, and I'm going to leave it there. You got to check this one out. Dawn of the Dead. I do believe this is probably the best zombie movie that you can get today. And if it's not, let me know in the comments. I love zombie movies, so if there's something out there that you think is better, that'd be a great suggestion. I will definitely go check it out. Now, here's your bonus. Now, your bonus is going to be a horror movie, but I'm going to show you that it is a trilogy. But me personally, I think I like the first one the best, so I'm going to show you the first one. This is The Grudge. Now, this is a straight-up horror movie. This is not quasi-anything. This is straight-up horror movie. This is the American version of the Asian version of this film called Ju-On. And it is scary. The Asian version is much scarier, but this is good. Trust me, this is scary. This is a very scary movie. It starts off scary as hell, and it will have you scared as hell throughout the whole movie. It's good. Now you got, it's part of a trilogy. It could be even 4 of them. I don't know. I think it's only 3. I have all 3 on DVD. This is a good set for DVD. If I find the whole set on Blu-ray for a good price, I might upgrade. I might. Here is The Grudge 2. This was really good too. Now, The Grudge 3 was good, but it wasn't as good as the first 2. The first one is definitely the best one in the series. The second one is good. The second one is very good. And the third one is good. It's just not as good as the first 2. So here's your bonus. If you have not seen any of the Grudge films, by all means start at the first one, watch the second one, and definitely give the third one a watch. For sure, definitely. If you can find it on one of the streaming services, if you can find any of these on any of your streaming services, go ahead and give them a watch, The Grudge. And if you can get your hands on Ju-On, the Asian version of this film, the original version, let me just take that back. Not the Asian version, the original version of this film. Go ahead and check that out. Asian horror is incredible. For those of you who know anything about horror, the Asians make some wonderful horror movies. They make really good movies in general, period, point blank. Check out the Grudge trilogy, and if it's 4 movies, let me know. If it's more than 3, let me know down in the comments. I do believe it's only the 3. This has been your movie night picks. I'll put the date in the title like I always do. This was your bonus. I gave you your 5 movie night picks, and this is your bonus. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.